Lincoln is back. She'll be at the U.S. Embassy.
I understand.
Dr. Flynn is expecting you with her.
I'm not going to disappoint him.
It's called Parahira. The pageant honors Buddha. Oh, I suppose you'd better go in. They may be closing early now that Parahira started. I'll be waiting here.
I'll be out soon. Kidnapping Miss Lincoln.
We'd better get out of here.
My arm. Do something.
All right, let's go.
Oh.
Inspector! They tried to kidnap me. What happened to Mr. Rogers?
I'm glad nothing happened to you, Miss Lincoln. I wish I could say the same of Mr. Rogers.
What's this mark on his head? Right there.
The blow was deadly. His temple shows it.
How was it done?
Karate.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the close of our Congress here in Singapore, I not only want to express my thanks to the representatives of our karate movement from countries throughout the world who travel thousands of miles to be here, but to the representatives of the press for their scrupulous attention and coverage. Karate, if used by criminals, will be an absolutely silent, mysterious weapon. However, I can assure you that in the hands of the police, karate will prove to be one of the most effective weapons that can be used in the fight against gangsterism and crime.
Mr. Namara, you stated earlier that in karate...
Yes, just a minute and you'll see. Mr. Todd of the New York Times has questioned my statement in which I said, among other things, that the bones of anyone who has been trained as a karate fighter only after rigorous training and can have as much effect and be as bad and have the penetrating power of a bullet that's been shot from a revolver. Fortunately today, I'll be able to present to you a demonstration. I can call upon a representative of the United States, an expert in karate, to prove what I said. Captain Roland, will you honor us?
Well, too bad that you didn't bring your brass knuckles.
Mr. Todd, you can report that even in the United States, you have one of the international experts in karate.
Well, it was amazing, Captain Rowland. Excellent.
This is Mr. Campbell of the American Embassy. Captain Roland.
We just received a cable from headquarters in Washington. It stated that one of our men in the embassy at Colombo has been murdered. It also said that you've been assigned to look into the case.
Why me?
Rogers, that was the dead man's name, was killed by a mysterious blow. They say it was karate.
I see.
A courier plane will take you to Colombo immediately. When you get there, you're to contact the chief of the local police.
All right. Colombo, eh?
Do you know this Mr. Walker?
No, but the paper ran his picture last year.
And what does he look like?
Oh, he's very handsome.
Philip, I'm not a bit interested in whether he's good-looking or not. I want to be able to recognize
It
him.
didn't occur to me, my dear. Well, most of the time you'll see him with a woman.
A woman?
Right.
Oh, Philip, do you have to drink even at the airport?
No more.
Your Mr. Walker has missed his plane, I'd say.
Don't make any bets on that. It's obvious he's made 2 landings.
It was a simply perfect flight. Couldn't have been any better.
He's been hired to check out the threat to Dad's land. He seems already busy to me.
Well, you won't have to kiss him at least.
I want you to tell Loverboy that he can go right back to where he came from.
Mr. Walker?
Yeah?
I'm Philip Dawson, nephew of the all-important Jefferson Lincoln.
I'm sorry you had the argument with the young lady.
Then you were watching, huh?
That's my reason for staying over there, playing kiss-kiss with the stewardesses. I was able to count a dozen women here. 6 middle-aged, 6 were young, and 2 of them pretty. One, your friend. The other, know her?
No, she's new here. I'm acquainted with all the girls on this island.
And probably all the whiskeys.
Ah, so the old man has told you all about it, eh? On this forsaken island, you can choose a bottle of whiskey, a lovely native girl, or a stewardess.
Anything wrong with a stewardess?
Oh, just one complaint, though it's not really serious. They fly away too quickly.
Where may I find Miss Lincoln?
She'll be at her hotel. Come, I'll bring you there.
Fine. You're sure nobody knows I've come here?
Not even to Silver, the police chief.
Did you get it, King? The poor guy's come straight from the States to die on this island.
Well, I'd like it if he was already dead.
Don't worry. The boss knows what he's doing.
Mr. Walker?
Yes?
This gentleman wants to see you as soon as possible.
Are you sure it isn't a woman up there?
It's not, sir. It's the gentleman in room 324.
There, you see, Dawson? You're wrong about it. Someone knows I'm here.
I'm going on the terrace. I'll wait for you there.
All right, let's go. I'll inform Sela. Hands up, Captain.
Pardon me.
Hey. Are you looking for something in particular?
The island's lovely, but this beats anything I've seen.
Will you get out and don't creep about down there like that?
I'd like the captain to come and see the amazing view from down here. Surprised I wouldn't have suspected it. Well, let's get at it. It'll be easier upside down.
Don't you try. Don't you dare.
Oh, Miss Lincoln, right? Give me a hand. I must have a cushion.
Don't tell me that you're angry about something.
Not at all. Please help yourself. I have no idea at all as to just what you boys are doing down there, what kind of game you're playing. Now, will you get up? I want to get dressed.
What you've got on looks good to me.
Help me with this. Oh, Miss Lincoln. I'm Captain Rowland, and this is...
I already met Mr. Walker. He was in the arms of a stewardess.
No, 2 stewardesses.
My dears, when I come out, I certainly hope that you and your silly games will have completely vanished.
All right. Miss Lincoln,
Yes?
Chief Inspector De Silva told me you were an eyewitness to Roger's murder, were you?
Well, I didn't see it directly, but I was there.
I don't like disturbing you.
But I have some questions to ask.
Right now?
Well, soon at least.
All right. I'll see you in the terrace in about an hour.
Okay, so long. What brings you to this country?
My assignment's to keep you out of trouble.
Your headquarters knows I'm here?
Jefferson Lincoln is one of the richest men in the United States. Somebody trying to kidnap his daughter, Babs, makes headlines in every newspaper throughout the world. But I'm here only to work on Roger's murder. You're supposed to protect the Lincoln interest. That's your job. Agreed?
Well, I suspect the two cases are connected.
You're right. Connected with an organization that's terrorizing the population. It's called the Golden Cats.
The police do anything?
The chief of police, De Silva, doesn't like to talk about it.
Uh-huh. Is he ambitious or do they have something on him?
We'll find that out.
This may be a good place to begin. By the way, next time, don't greet me like that. Hmm?
Very nice room, sir. You can see the ocean from here.
Good, thanks. What's your name?
Sila, sir.
Well, Sheila, please get me a cup of iced tea.
All right, sir.
As manager of the Montevideo Hotel, I hope that you have a good stay here. My name's Michelle.
You've made yourself very useful.
I managed to put all your things away, except this plaything.
This plaything's not for little girls.
You can let me know if you need anything, Mr. Walker. Just call it any time at all.
The hour doesn't matter?
Allow me, please, to pour you a bath. A massage, then. Just let me know if there's anything you want. Anything. Anything at all.
I'll think about it.
Shall I pour your bath, or would you rather take a shower?
Thanks. I prefer a shower, Michelle. It's nice of you to try to greet me at the airport.
You're mistaken. I meet our guests only when they're here at the hotel. Can I do anything else for you?
I would like to know where I can find you if I need anything.
Finding me won't be any trouble. My home's the hotel.
Michelle.
Yes, Mr. Walker?
I don't know yet how I like you better. This way or in a sari?
There are some other possibilities.
Hmm.
Switchboard.
Put me through to Police Inspector De Silva.
Inspector De Silva.
Yes, please hurry.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get going.
Wait. It's liable to be suspicious.
But what happens if they search your room and find that rifle?
Listen, if you're gonna be scared, beat it.
Don't forget there's still Inspector De Silva.
Well, are you getting cold feet? The chief of police of Colombo knows on which side his bread is buttered if he's a smart man.
Come on. Arrange for transportation. And call Baker. Ask him to perform an autopsy.
I have to hand it to you, Inspector. Your nerves are in good shape.
This isn't the first corpse that I've seen looking like this, Mr. Walker.
I've heard that the victims of the Golden Cats usually get dumped into a sewer.
Yes, they do. But may I suggest we go in the terrace to talk? We'll spare Miss Lincoln the sight of the corpse.
It might have been a lot worse.
Yes, aren't you supposed to watch out for me, Captain?
Notice something? Mr. Walker's missing.
Don't let me interrupt you, Come. I was just getting my gun. It's dangerous around here without some protection. Whiskey loses taste very quickly.
There go the remains of Walker now.
Oh, it's really too bad I didn't get to kill him. I would have liked to pay him back the time that I owed him in the penitentiary.
I think you still may get your chance.
It's him.
That means Sila's dead.
Well, at least he can't talk anymore. Anyhow, since the boss wants Mr. Walker dead, I'm going to be able to do the job in my own way after this. We'll never get all of them together as they are right this minute. Am I right, King?
What are you going to do?
I'll tell you my room.
What's the number?
320. Hello, Ling. You don't have to tell me. I know the boss isn't there. But when he gets in, you can tell him Walker's still breathing. Now I'm going to demonstrate how things like that are done in the USA. And Ling, you could tell him that. I've got only one shot, King. But they'll be talking about it for a long time.
You'll be able to kill all of them with one shot?
That's right, King, old pal.
Mm-hmm. Want to blow us all up? What is that stuff?
Your karate is nothing compared to this.
In case you don't know it, I've killed all my opponents so far. But do you think I'm lying? What are you going to do?
This? This is nitroglycerin. King, my plan's easy. Put it down there on the table.
You see, the Golden Cats was an organization that used to fight against oppressors and colonialism. Their enemies were the British. And when the hated British rule ended, the organization disbanded.
When did the Golden Cats reappear?
Their first victim was found by the police around 3 months ago. An officer found him in the jungle. He'd been killed by karate. Since then, we found several victims killed by karate.
But you mean to tell me you don't have any leads on the organization?
Actually, most of the victims just disappeared. They were murdered by karate, or like the man in your bathtub.
What do you think's behind this new wave of terror?
That's one of the things puzzling me. The victims are all poor people who could never pay a penny in ransom.
But so far, the Golden Cats haven't demanded any ransom money, Inspector De Silva. Then what made them try to get ransom for Miss Lincoln, eh?
That's one of the things you were hired to find out.
Well, so far you aren't coming up with anything, Inspector. And he wasn't hired to do local police work. He's being paid to guard Babs Lincoln. To find out who's behind the plot to destroy your father's plantation unless $1 million is paid.
You know, back in the States, they call that extortion.
What do I care about terms, Captain? The point is they've got to be stopped.
Madam, a picture?
Yes, all right.
Just a moment. Hold it there. I'm certain that you'll be pleased with it. It'll be ready for you in a minute. Just a minute. No, no. No, thank you. You don't have to pay for it. Compliments of the management. We take pictures of all, I guess. It's almost ready. Here.
Think what you like about it,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Dawson. I already laid down my traps, and the golden cats are going to get caught in them.
The inspector told me the same thing 3 months ago. And what have you accomplished since then, De Silva? Nothing. Why haven't you caught this karate killer by now?
I'll catch him. You can bet your life on it. Miss Lincoln saw the man.
You seem to know that man.
I'm not sure I do. I think I've seen him somewhere before.
Excuse me, madam.
Miss Lincoln, may I talk to you for a moment?
Certainly.
Excuse me.
I'll come too.
You stay here, and don't drink too much.
Day may be the last. Gotta make every moment count.
And maybe, Mr. Dawson, that's your last drink.
Nitroglycerin.
Come on, let's get him.
Don't touch it.
Huh?
What's the matter with you? Why'd you leave it with it? You expect me to carry that stuff in my pocket?
You're not gonna do that again.
Get out of here.
Hallo! Da drin!
Don't shoot. We want him alive. So it was you who put the nitro on the table, huh?
Drive onto the beach, we'll give King a hand.
Onto the beach? Impossible. We'll sink into the sand.
Hey, look.
Give me a cigarette.
Cigarette? Get my pack off the roof if you want it.
Keep away from him.
Sir, he nearly escaped. Nobody can beat me running.
True, usually you run in the wrong direction. Let him go.
Here, this was in his pocket.
3 golden cats. Too bad that you were caught. Take him in.
Come on. Quick, the car. He's dead.
Put him in the jeep.
Give me a hand with him.
He belonged to the Golden Cats.
Inspector, I know this man. He was one of Farrell's men. Then after Farrell's disappearance, he started to work for me. For a week before he disappeared with a carload of ammunition and guns.
Who is this Farrell?
He was a well-known game hunter. He was the first man to get involved with the Golden Cats. That was about 3 months ago. He disappeared from sight after that.
Nobody ever saw him again? Sounds strange to me.
Are you accusing Farrell?
Inspector, where's this Farrell now?
I got a postcard from him from the States. Somewhere in California. The place he built in the jungle is unoccupied. That was a pretty good shot, Inspector.
They're almost too good. Come on, Joe.
Do you know what he meant just then?
Probably the dead men can't talk. You see, he belonged to the Golden Cats.
Do you have any further need of me?
I'm waiting for your report.
Well, who is Baker? He's a well-known biochemist. He analyzed that stuff that came out of your shower.
And what was it?
New kind of chemical that destroys body cells. It acts like bacteria.
Not a bad shot, Inspector.
He fired much too quickly. He should have stopped the train.
There are a couple of things make me suspicious. Just before the nitro was to be exploded, he got up and left us.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had a cigarette, Tom.
I'm gonna break you of that habit.
Smoking?
Sure, smoking my cigarettes.
Hello, Ling. The plane's getting in here tomorrow afternoon with $1 million Lincoln's sending so his land isn't destroyed. The money's to be paid to me only. The hunch I had was correct, but you tried that trick with the nitroglycerin. You tried to get me out of the way. Well, now listen to this, my friend. I've decided to pull the deal alone. And so tomorrow I'll be rich. I'll get that $1 million.
Hello.
Hello, lady.
time before he asks me for any more cigarettes, I'll bet. Hey, Joe.
Huh?
Going in for a swim?
I thought I might see how it is.
How about a cigarette?
Hey, how come you're being so generous for a change?
Maybe it's the climate. Tell me how you like these.
Have you seen Miss Lincoln?
Sir, Miss Lincoln is down there.
Anyone with her?
Well, I'm keeping my eye on her. I'm under orders of Inspector Da Silva.
All right, I'll relieve you, Cameron. A cigarette?
Thank you, sir. Usually, my wife complains I'm never home at night. There's too much work for me. But she always says that I'm a bad husband.
Well, just prove to her that she's wrong. Works like a charm.
Thank you, sir. Do you have a light, Captain?
Yo.
Nice man, that Mr. Walker. Too bad he's not a real policeman. I'll put that Mr. Walker under arrest. It's attempted murder. You saw what happened. He tried murdering me. Look at that. What'll my wife think?
They're going to get the money. It arrives tomorrow. And that'll mean the end of your job, Mr. Walker.
Let your father call me back right now. I would still stay on this island. I don't like people who try to get rid of me by blowing me up with nitroglycerin.
Aha! Tiger smells blood.
Are you going to stay?
Yes, I was born here. I could never live in a place like New York.
But you wouldn't have the golden cats to contend with there.
You aren't one of the golden cats, are you, Mr. Walker?
No, I'm often called a tomcat, though.
And what do you intend to do, Mr. Walker?
I must find out why that girl took your picture on the terrace. And then certain spies will give me some information.
If you're referring to that listening device, don't forget it's gone.
I didn't mean exactly that. You shouldn't be so far from the hotel. Out here, it could be dangerous.
Are you worried about me, Mr. Walker?
I'm here to do that. By the way, my name is Joe Walker.
Are you married, Mr. Joe Walker?
Didn't you just hear what I'm called? It's really easy. I'm Joe.
You still didn't answer me.
Did I get married? No, I haven't yet made that mistake.
So, you think it's a mistake? Don't you want to get married?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to find the right kind of woman, I guess.
And what exactly should this right kind of woman look like?
Do you want me to tell you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me describe her. Golden hair and eyes that are green. A mouth with fascinating tender lips, a slender neck. And below, a body that's more lovely than Venus. A body...
Mr. Walker, take your hand away.
But my hand... Oh.
You! How dare you do that?
I should think a girl your age would be able to tell the difference between the hands of a man and those of a crab.
Does it still hurt, Mr. Walker?
If you want us to be really good friends, stop calling me Mr. Walker. Call me Joe.
Try to forgive me, Joe.
When little Joe was slapped in the face unjustly, he always used to get a little kiss on his cheek.
Mr. Walker, I have to speak to you.
Must it be right this instant?
It's very important. I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry.
Let us off here. He's supposed to live near the water.
Hey, where does the photographer for the Lavinia Hotel live?
She's in the house over there.
Thanks. Seems nobody's home.
Try the door. Take a look.
Looks as if he's hungry.
Mama, get up. I'm hungry, Mama. Don't sleep so long. Get up, Mama.
Golden cats again. I'll make them pay for what they did.
You know, Tom, I think someone ordered the photographer to go in there. They might have been trying to give us a warning.
It was I.
You? But why?
Now, I'm sorry I did it. She was my brother's wife. She was also my dearest friend.
Let's take the kid with us and inform homicide of this. We'll bring you to De Silva.
De Silva's not my boss, you know. I only help him whenever I can.
Why?
My sister was the first victim of the Golden Cats.
Why doesn't Mama get up?
Frankly, Miss Lincoln, although I assure you you're pretty safe here, I wouldn't worry so much if one of my girl trainees was with you all the time.
I wouldn't object to it, Inspector, but I wouldn't know who to select.
Hey, Tom, you should have this back in the States. And if you need an assistant instructor, I'll be glad to drop everything for the job. Inspector, it must be quite a pleasure to have hand-to-hand combat with your police.
I would think you've had enough of that for the time being.
Oh.
Golden cats just struck again. We found this with the photographer. Inspector, homicide already was notified. They're on the way to the murder scene right now.
Continue to have Miss Lincoln trail. It's a good idea, for the time being at least.
Mr. Walker, perhaps you may be right, but Michelle needs a rest.
Michelle?
This was on the tape recorder.
Did you know that Dawson wants to go on a trip?
No, I didn't. He's supposed to meet the plane when it arrives with the money somewhere in the jungle.
Did he tell you his destination?
Yes, it's Bombay.
Where's that jungle airport located?
I don't know.
Then let's hope your spies come up with something, Inspector. Otherwise, Dawson, as well as the million, will be lost.
Mr. Dawson? Yes, is it all there?
Yes, sir.
Why are you waiting, then?
Just a formality, sir. Thank you, sir. $1 million. Do you want to count it?
That won't be necessary. The old man is usually correct. Wasn't it risky traveling alone with all this cash?
We took precautions.
Ah, you were being smart. Well, give the old man my best regards, will you? And have a very good flight home.
Mr. Dawson?
What?
Give me a receipt.
Oh, yes, I almost forgot. Goodbye.
Where are you going?
Take the shortest route to the city airport. $1 million. And with this, I'm a millionaire. A millionaire! And those amateurs tried to get rid of me. Paris, London, Rio. It's taken years of waiting, and now I'll make up for it. Let me out. I don't want to die. Let me out. If you let me out, I'll let you have this $1 million. I decided to pull the deal alone. So tomorrow I'll be rich. I'll get that $1 million.
Idiot. A drunken idiot.
Did Dawson tell you where he delivered the money to you once he got it, Miss Lincoln?
No, he didn't.
At Mr. Farrell's.
How did you know that?
I was told about it by Mr. Dawson.
But Dawson told me at the airport that he doesn't know you.
I don't know about that, but it isn't very difficult to get a man like Dawson to lie.
I thought the Farrell house was empty. I wonder why he wanted to go there.
Captain Rowland, I may be able to answer that. The Farrell place is across a lake, and by land it's impossible to get there. Oh, by the way, here's Farrell's U.S. address. It's in Florida. Think you might want to get in touch with him?
That may be necessary later. Right now, if we get to Farrell's house, we might catch Dawson.
Did you also know he planned to run away with the money?
He was supposed to bring it to the Farrell house. He might have decided all of a sudden not to go there.
Will you stay with Miss Lincoln?
If you'd like me to. And if it's all right with Mr. Walker.
Oh, I'm not going to object when a girl cooperates, not at all.
Thank you.
Mr. Baker, will you take Miss Lincoln and Michelle in your car?
Yes, I'd be delighted. My men are ready and eager. They've had many encounters with the Golden Cats, and they know what they're up against.
Okay. My men will follow you as you take Miss Lincoln to your farm. They'll keep guard there until their mission is completed against the Golden Cats.
Maybe the men should take their families along, hmm?
You'd better get going, Captain. Time's running out for us.
I'll let you have a jeep. And be careful. One dead American's enough.
If Dawson hasn't made a second.
Mr. Walker's mistaken. Dawson will be at the airport with $1 million.
You could be mistaken.
something wrong at the bridge. You keep quiet while I look into it and guard the car.
He's in a real hurry to catch Dawson.
Sure. And the $1 million. Come on, let's find Kamar.
Why?
Let me hear the beginning of Dawson's telephone call on the tape recorder.
Yes, sir.
Just what do you think you're doing with that?
I want to hear what he dialed.
Hello, Ling.
All right, that'll be enough now. I counted the number of clicks. Do you want to check it? I could have made a mistake. Go ahead. Here.
Hello, Ling.
It checks out correctly.
That's what I thought. Kamar, give us the name and address for this number.
Nine, 6, 3... John Farrell.
Well, what do you know? Kamar, make a call to Mr. Farrell in the United States. His address is in Miami Beach, Florida.
This will take several hours.
That's all right. It's very important. Do you have the Jeep ready?
Yes, and I will also get you a boat, Mr. Walker. Our men may take you as far as the water, but nobody goes any further than that.
Why not?
Because it's dangerous there. Whoever goes there is very brutally killed. There's a frightening monster there. I've heard how it breathes fire. And big trees the size of a house are crushed by it. That's why it's called Death Lake.
That's 420,000.
Nitro,
Yeah.
Walker and Roland are on their way out to you. Finish them off. This time for good.
It's as good as done already.
You have the money.
Yeah, it's right here.
I'll be out in the morning. Leave it in the safe till then.
Our boss doesn't trust us, I think. Walker and Roland are on their way here.
I'm ready. Let's go down by the lake and meet them.
With the trimaran?
Right.
wonder if they know we're here.
We'll soon find out.
I don't want to end my promising career prematurely, so let's wait until it's dark. Won't be for a few hours yet.
These mosquitoes will have eaten us up by then.
Yeah, I'm thirsty. You think this water's drinkable?
Gamma thought of everything here.
Ah, cheers.
Might as well get some sleep. It'll be a long night.
Farrell picked a great place for a hideout.
I wash my hands of the whole thing.
When are you coming back, Mr. Farrell?
Not for a while. I've had enough of those golden cats. Anything else, Inspector?
Not right now. Thanks, Mr. Farrell. No, wait. Farrell. Bill Barrett's son broke several windows in your house. Want me to get them repaired for you?
Tell young Barrett that I'll give him a good whipping when I get back. Thanks, Inspector. Goodbye.
You're wrong, sir. Barrett is a bachelor. Oh, I knew it. I will have to talk to the sheriff of Miami Beach as soon as he can be contacted. I'll tell the sheriff that what I'm trying to find is a mass murderer. And this Mr. Farrell, I want to meet him personally.
I'd love to stay here on your farm, Mr.
I'm
Barrett.
sure you'd be pretty safe here.
I'm not so sure about that, Mr. Barrett. It's quite possible you were seen when you found Dawson. So it's equally possible the Golden Cats will pay you a visit.
For the present, I'm keeping about 150 elephants grazing around my house. Nobody will get through there unnoticed. And at night, Coco is there and awake.
I can't understand why Mr. Farrell didn't remain here and do the same thing. The animals would have protected him.
Well, to be honest, I've never understood why he ran away either. It wasn't like Farrell to run away from anything.
It's time we left now.
Goodbye, Bill. And look after those
I promise
cubs.
I will. I wish you luck.
Goodbye.
I've been meaning to ask you, Mr. Baker. Were you able to reach De Silva?
Yes, he'll be here sometime later this afternoon to pick up Dawson's body. Goodbye.
Have a safe trip back.
Thanks.
Wenn du eine Zigarette willst, mach gefälligst den Mund auf. Das wird eine lange Nacht. Wie kann man nur so geizig sein? Aber bei einem armen Privatschnüffler, da mache ich mal eine Ausnahme.
Ich bin alles andere als geizig. Weißt du, wie viele Leuten ich schon in meinem Leben Kost und Quartier besorgt habe? Manchmal sogar auf Jahre hinaus und alles kostenlos? Hm. Oh.
Runter!
Da drüben liegt die Insel.
Im Miami Beach bitte melden. Hier spricht Colombo.
Da drüben scheint es Ärger zu geben.
Lass die Finger davon. Ich komme nicht mitten in der Nacht hierher, um dir zuzusehen, wie du deine Bastelstunde...
Colombo.
Was?
Colombo ist dran.
Was denn? Das geht wirklich? Okay. Hallo? Hallo? Hallo, Colombo? Ah, da sind Sie ja. Sind Sie da Silva?
Ja, ich bin Inspektor da Silva. Haben Sie unseren Mann?
Ich bin Sheriff John Mulligan. Ich habe den Burschen hier aus einer ganz miesen Kneipe geholt. Und jetzt, benimm dich, Boy. Du sprichst jetzt mit Colombo.
Sind Sie John Farrell?
Ja, sind Sie da Silva?
Mr. Farrell, Sie haben gesagt, ich soll den kleinen Jimmy Barrett bei den Ohren nehmen, weil er Ihre Fenster eingeschlagen hat.
Stimmt das? Antworte.
Ja, stimmt. Haben Sie es ihm gesagt?
Mr. Farrell, Barrett hat keinen Sohn. Und jetzt sagen Sie mir die Wahrheit. Wer hat Sie nach den Staaten geschickt?
Inspektor, ich habe das Gefühl, das Pfeilchen stinkt. Soll ich's pflücken?
Später, Sheriff. Ich muss erst wissen, wer dahinter steckt.
Okay, Chef. Man will wissen, wer dich schickt.
Niemand. Das Ganze ist ein Missverständnis, Chef.
Sie lügen. Wer hat Sie rübergeschickt? Sie sind doch nicht Farrell. Sollten Sie es noch nicht wissen? Es handelt sich hier um Mord und Sie machen sich mitschuldig an weiteren Verbrechen.
Mach's Maul auf, Junge, sonst dreh ich dich durch den Wolf.
Hey, Sheriff, ist das nicht gegen die Dienstvorschrift?
Hören Sie, Chef, ich bin noch im Wachsen und ich habe viel Schlaf nötig. Und mein Bett ist noch warm. Wenn du jetzt nicht endlich die Wahrheit sagst, dann wirst du bereuen, dass dein Vater je ein Liebesleben gehabt hat.
Hören Sie, Chef, mit Mord will ich nichts zu tun haben. Man hat mich engagiert.
Wer hat Sie engagiert?
Na?
Mr. Baker.
I'll bet that's Dawson's car. He must have gotten caught. We'll take them by surprise and they'll probably kill him.
I have an idea. We have a tape recorder in the boat, right? Huh? Suppose we start a nice little duet on the tape recorder.
You and your ideas.
Come on, drink a little more.
Unfortunately, we got there too late. Baker and Miss Lincoln have disappeared without a trace.
All right, he's had plenty. Go on, Raja. You think that Baker staged the assault to kidnap Babs and Michelle, huh?
He needs them for hostages, but he won't get very far.
Tell me, Inspector, can it be that Baker owns a plane?
Where, in the jungle?
Well, there's a place to land, not far from the Sigiraya Rocks. You'll find an old jungle airport. I never really paid much attention to it, to tell you the truth. Although there has been traffic there lately.
How long would it take us to get there?
Approximately 4 hours.
We'll have to get there as soon as we can. Can you show us the way? But Mr. Walker and Captain Rowland have gone to Farrell's house. And they don't know that Baker is head of the Golden Cat.
Baker, eh?
Baker and the money are more important. The other two can take care of themselves.
That's true.
Nobody in sight. They must all be in the house.
Watch out for a trap.
Let's separate.
I'll give you 3 minutes.
Okay.
$43, $44, $45.
Quiet. Don't make so much noise. I thought they taught you at the academy to work silently.
Shut up. This thing's jammed. You got your tools handy?
Amateur. Come on, let's pry it open. Good. Careful. Now remember, everything counts on us taking them by surprise.
Leave that karate expert to me. I'll give him a few private lessons.
It's all right with me. I've got a score to settle with the other guy.
Okay, get ready. Here goes.
Hold it right there. You aren't fast enough, Nitro. We've got a real prize, Tom. He's the one who tried to use the nitro on the terrorist, the guy Michelle told us about.
Kick it over. Keep them up. Get over there. Where's Dawson?
Dawson tried skipping out by double-crossing us and grabbing the $1 million for himself.
You better not try leaving either, or it'll be with a bullet in your head.
Take it easy, Tom. According to your police regulations, you should act nicely. There's enough nitroglycerin in this pocket to have the island blown up. Or half of it, anyway.
Just drop any of that soup and it explodes.
Oh, really? That wouldn't be such a tragedy. If I dropped it right this minute, you'd be eliminated.
Hey! Very funny. Hold it, King. Maybe you're hard, but you're not as hard as lead. Keep an eye on these babies. I'm gonna look for Dawson.
Captain,
I'm sorry to tell you this. Dawson is dead.
You committed your last murder, King.
$10,000 for you each. Let's make a deal, okay?
We'll be glad to make some kind of deal with you, Nitro. Only it's going to be on our terms.
All right, these little pieces of green can wait for you to decide. They're nice to touch.
I listen carefully when I hear money talking, Nitro. But I want to make a deal only with the man in charge.
How are you, my dear gentlemen? That must be a telephone call for you. De Silva knows you're here at Farrell's house.
Yes, Mr. Barrett, this is Walker speaking.
I was expecting something like that. Yes, he's here, all right. Yes, we'll come to the Cigaraya Airport. All right, Barrett, I shall. I'll bring along Dr. Flynn.
Dr. Flynn?
That's right. In the world scientific community, I am known as Dr. Flynn.
Your bacteria are a crime against the human race, Doctor.
That's the same thing that was said by Jefferson Lincoln when I offered the results of my experiments to the Pentagon. I left the United States like some thief in the night. I'll go on working on my creation, and I'll use any means I can. And nobody's going to keep me from doing it.
Did you think the U.S. would agree? This awful bacteria you invented would destroy the Earth.
I'm continuing with the whole thing. The $1 million here is the financing I need.
How'd you convince old Jefferson Lincoln to pay you $1 million in cash, just like that, hmm?
Very easily. I told him if I didn't get what I asked, I'd go up in my plane and drop a bacteria bomb on his land. You've seen the results of the experiments I've already done at the lake. Jefferson Lincoln's plantations would have been completely ruined.
Go ahead, Baker. Why don't you try to get away? Then I can kill you.
You'd be killing both girls then. Because if you shoot, Ling will take care of them. Ling, bring them in.
Why aren't you coming down to help Michel?
Because they don't want to die. Give me your gun.
Michel is down
Captain, you may tell them what's happened to Michel.
Michel is tied up. She was beaten.
You're not going to get away with that. Where is Michelle?
Come with me.
If Ling touches that girl once more...
Don't worry, nothing will happen to Miss Lincoln. She's too valuable to me. But that little wildcat there still has to be tamed. Well, how do you like my laboratory? Farrell's house is just the right place for him.
And where is Mr. Farrell?
I've had to have him killed. He's buried outside somewhere. King takes care of such mundane details. He's an expert at it.
It'd be interesting to find out how this super baby fights against men. So far, he's only taken on a girl.
I can beat anyone.
You believe it, Tom? Is there any brain in that shining head?
Oh, leave him alone. He hasn't got anything else, so let him stay happy pretending to be a strong man.
Captain Rowland, you know karate. I'm going to kill you with it.
I'll be waiting, King. Count on it. Where's Dawson's body?
You want to know just how he died? I want you to take Captain Rowland and show him everything that remains of Dawson. We'll meet you later at the Temple of Sigiraya. The temple is the hideout of the Golden Cats. I'm sorry you have to learn that. When your game is nearly ended.
And I'm sorry, Captain. I've been so anxious for us to fight.
You should be glad we don't.
Get going?
Ling.
Yes, sir.
You know what has to be done here for our departure. Come by boat in the trimaran. Take the sea route to Sigiraya. We'll meet you there.
Yes, sir.
Nitro. Tie up the prisoner. And then follow me. Get going.
What about the $1 million?
I'll bring the $1 million and Miss Lincoln along in my car together.
Oh, is that the plan you've got? Lie down. What? On your belly. Go ahead, tie him up. You can trick Ling and King, maybe, not me, though. I know there's a subterranean pipeline that passes through this area, and in minutes the lake will be a mass of flames. I'm aware also your plane can carry no more than 2 passengers. You and me.
I realize that it was wrong of me to take you for a fool.
Other men have also done that, to their regret. Get up there.
Well, I don't mind insolence, but don't try your luck too hard.
All the valves are open, as you ordered, sir. We have 5 more minutes.
But you can't leave Michelle and Mr. Walker here in this place. It's inhuman to do it.
Ling, open the pipeline and the main valve.
Yes, sir.
Did you really imagine, my poor Mr. Walker, that you could be dangerous to my plan? You'll come with me in my car. Get the $1 million out of my safe. The plane has room for 3.
Don't touch me again. You're even more repulsive than your bacteria. Joe.
It's okay, Babs. We'll meet at the Siguraya airport. Don't forget, you'd better stop breathing every time Dr. Flynn tries to come near you.
Go on.
I'll make sure that I don't see you again on Broadway some fine day.
Don't be frightened.
I wouldn't mind much if I were in your arms.
I'm gonna take you up on that when we're out of here.
Get it over with. Hit.
In the temple of Siguraya, you'll fight for your life.
Joe, the trimaran!
It must be Ling.
Hang on!
Joe!
feel as if I've just been through World War III.
I may never get you so close and in such a position again, Joe Walker. I want a kiss.
Hey.
Like a drink?
Yeah, with the water. You want some?
I prefer it straight. I don't like to mix whiskey with water or business with pleasure.
A very nice way to remind me of my job. Where's Baker's plane?
Over on the other side of this swampy area. He keeps it near the Sigiraya rocks.
Is this the way you win your fights? You're finished, King.
Let me die my own way.
With that gun in your hand, you feel pretty brave.
Let's go. Get into the plane and hand me the gun.
Why should I, Baker?
Despite what I said earlier, the plane carries only 2 passengers, and she knows where we're going. I've got to kill her, Nitro. It's either you or her.
You're not that crazy. Sorry, Miss Lincoln.
Nitro.
You know what this is? Nitroglycerin. Fire that gun at me and you and I'll blow up together.
Put it in your jacket. You know I'm not frightened by that at all.
All right, let's both take the risk. I'll go ahead into the plane now, shoot me, and you'll be committing suicide. You may be a good scientist, but in my line of work, you've still got a lot to learn. Hey, look!
Hurry, or we won't make it. Prod the head of the herd. Move 'em out. Come on, get going. We'll be too late, Barrett. One, faster! What's he doing, Captain? The fool's trying to ram the plane. Quick, jump out.
Joe! Joe!
I'm a pretty good shot, eh? If you made a hole in a $1 bill, you'll be sorry.
The job's done.
Your herd of elephants gave a great performance.
You planned the whole thing, Captain Rowland.
Hey, wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Stop her! Come back! She's acting mad.
Wait, Barrett. Is it a female?
Yes. Why?
Well, that certainly does explain it.
Joe, don't you know me any longer?
Joe, your little Michelle is right here. Wake up, Joe, darling.
Joe, can't you hear us?
It's Babs and Michelle. Joe, please say something.
Dearest Joe, it's me, Babs.
It's me, Michelle.
Christine, you're the most wonderful girl I've ever known.
Michelle, I don't think we'll be missed.
Too bad.
Please, not you as well. I've got enough problems. I've got to pick one of those two girls there. Well, I can always choose a third girl.